welcome. Uh, we're going to start the session now, okay? Give me a hug first. You've been so busy.
Oh my god. So, give us a loud hi. That's better, that's better. So, so do I have to introduce this guy to you? Please
Oh
tell
my
me who
God.
he is. So he doesn't need any introduction.
Sugar Daddy, yes.
Sugar Daddy, Vijay Thapa from Sugar Daddy, a fabulous baker,
Oh
a
God.
fabulous person, a dear friend. I don't know what more to say because there's a long list of what all you do.
Cake maker.
He is a very good photographer. He has a lot of knowledge of photography. He goes for photo shoots. He teaches designing,
Illustration.
illustrate how to illustrate and how he really helps the community, cake community to grow. All the bakers, he's the most out of all the bakers. He's the most helpful one. You ask him anything, you just put it on the group. The first person to respond will be Bijay. We all know it. I think we all know that one. Of that, I don't think he's taken a class on that ever before that. He is doing specially for us, and thanks a lot for your
Thank
generosity,
you.
Bijay, your love and your friendship.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So go ahead, guys. Enjoy your demo
Thank you,
now.
Hema. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I know it's like not easy standing there, okay, and listening to this. I'll try and make it as short as possible, but uh, I want to speak a little bit about, like, okay, fine, what this whole demo is going to be about. Uh, Summer's approaching. I hate baking in the summer. Uh, Everything is melting or drooping or combination of both. Also, from a palate perspective, okay, I don't think so. People want to eat ganashed cakes, heavy cakes in the summer. We just are not comfortable doing that. So, what I want you all to explore, and maybe this class will spark some ideas in terms of how to approach this, is to be able to provide your clientele with something that is lighter, something that is quicker to make for you all also, and has an endless play in terms of variations, in terms of flavors. Uh, I believe that, like, you know what, flavor first. If at all we don't have the flavor, I don't care what it is. I really don't care because I don't want to eat it, you know. So we will talk a lot about the flavor pairings that we are going to be doing today, all very summary. And believe me, all of these desserts are desserts that we have had at various times in our lives growing up. But now in this quest for like more fancier combinations, okay, these are desserts that have fallen out of the way. But I think these are so good, okay, that they should come back and become a staple, okay. So the first recipe that I am going to do, I don't know if at all I'll be able to show you completely, but I'm going to show you parts of the process, is ices and granitas. One of the simplest things, okay, that you can do, okay, uh, and I'm going to just walk you through the process. What is a granita? Granita is basically fruit juice, fruit puree, okay, with a simple syrup that is frozen. If you freeze this combination, okay, and just leave it in the fridge, okay, it's just going to become like a huge block of ice. And that is not granita, that is just ice. Granitas, I don't know if this is something that you would be able to sell, but this is something that you would be able to enjoy in your house every day because it is so simple to make, okay? So I'm just going to walk you through the whole process. Yeah. Any juice. Just take any juice, okay? This is going to be your building base for the granitas, okay? So today we have two flavors that we are doing. One is peach and the other one is lemon, but you can literally do anything. The only thing that you have to remember when making a granita is that, okay, the base of it is a simple syrup. What is a simple syrup? A simple syrup is equal parts sugar and water. You boil it, you cool it down, okay, and that becomes your base for everything. Just freezing the juice alone, thinking that it is going to make it healthier, doesn't help. You will get a slushy, okay. And that is because when fruit juices freeze, okay, they form these longish chains which harden. You need to break that, and the sugar syrup really helps in breaking that. Sometimes in the sugar syrup, you also can put in a little bit of an invert. Can somebody tell me what is an invert? Yes. An example of invert sugar would be corn syrup, yes, glucose, honey, maple syrup. So you have a lot of options available for you to play with in terms of the flavor profile. If somebody wants it healthier, you can do honey, then maple syrup, then glucose, last corn syrup, and never high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup should not mostly be used. Okay? So in terms of the ratios, okay, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of water, 1:1 ratio is your simple syrup, okay. And along with that, okay, if you are taking 100 grams, let's say 100 grams of water, 100 grams of sugar, your juice should be 200 grams, okay. Mix all of it, okay, and then you make a syrup like this. Make a syrup like this, okay. It's very liquidy, okay. Uh, okay. Just can everybody just have a smell at this? How beautifully fragrant this is. Apricot. This is just pass it along. And I also want to talk to you about, like, a very important thing that people, I think a lot of people here, we have grown up with the assumption that, fragrances and flavors are replacement for produce. No. If you don't have apple in it, no matter how much apple flavor you put into it, it's not going to taste like apple, right? So your flavors and your essences are things, okay, that should be used sparingly, judiciously, to uplift the product that you are using. Why? Because sometimes what happens is, okay, you strawberries right now in summer as it comes, they just become so watery. You don't get that fragrance, you don't get that sweetness. Sweetness, you can get sugar to do the job, but the bouquet is missing. So what you do is, when you make anything strawberry, you deal with the product and then later on finish it with a little bit of essence. It gives the bouquet. So how do we eat? We see, we smell, we taste. So red color, we see, it's berry-like. When we eat it, it tastes berry-like, but you can't smell it. So that's where your flavors and essences really help. So in this one, it's 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of water, 200 grams of peach juice. And then another thing happens when we put this into the freezer. All aromatic compounds, because it is so cold, kind of die down. So you need to lift it up, and that's where the peach essence comes into. I've just used 2 drops, but you can smell it, right? It's really, really one of my favorite essences right now. It's just amazing. And this scent, okay, you will see in almonds, you will see in plums, all stone fruits. And this is, even when you are making a preserve or something like that, okay, you are asked to leave the stones inside, okay, because this smell is so, so, so crucial to identify peach. So this is one, and then I want you to smell lemon also. Start from here.
Lemon juice. Oh my god. Lemon, you can smell it till
Smell.
Do you add lemon essence to it?
More to it, more to it. There's more.
When do we add invert sugar? When do we add invert?
When you are making the syrup itself, it's not necessary, but you can add a little bit. If you 1 tablespoon is more than enough. Nice.
So in lemon juice also you've done the same thing. You've added 200 grams of lemon
Yeah.
juice. And Vijay, I have a question. These essence, these are like oil based. Would they get dissolved?
2 drops doesn't even matter. You know, it's the bouquet. Yeah. So what happens, like, for example, if you can smell the lemon here, it is a very, very intense hit. You are not going to get this with juice. You're not going to get this with essence. You're going to get this with rind. Okay. Now, lemon rind, I've seen a lot of people use the regular gharka grater. Doesn't work. Okay, you will always get the pith, so there's a certain bitterness that comes in. This is available at Madhav also. This is a microplane. Okay, it's the best thing for zesting. Chocolates also. So what you do is, when you are building the syrup, once you've taken it, boil the sugar and water, remove it, and then put the lemon rind, okay, and then let it steep. And then strain it out, and then add the 200 ml of lemon juice. Okay? And you can keep this in a bottle like a squash in your fridge. And all you have to do, if you want to make a dessert out of this, you put it into trays like this. Always a large flat tray, as big as it can go, into the fridge. Do not make it really thick, okay? The whole idea is to freeze it as soon as possible, okay? And what you need to, it generally, if it's a good freezer and you have put it at a really cold setting, it should take around 4-5 hours for this, okay? But you cannot leave it like this for the whole 4-5 hours. Every hour you will come and you will just give it a stir. Unfortunately, I can't show you because it's melted when it's come from home. It becomes slushy like, okay, but initially what will happen is, okay, the sides will start freezing first, it will become a slushy, but once you do it a couple of times, 2-3 times, okay, what you will see is, you will see small flat panes of ice form, and that's how it starts crystallizing. So instead of a slushy like texture or like a block of ice, you get this like very fluffy ice, okay, which is really lovely on the palate. It melts immediately. You don't have to do anything. So all you have to do is take a fork and scrape it and put it into a container and just serve it, okay. I will show you how to serve it, okay, but I don't have the product. But you can take like small ice cream sundae glasses or small shot glasses. This is a really good transition. Granitas are really good transition from like a savory to a full dessert. Granita. It's I think Italian. See, it'll start slushing like this, and you have to break this. If you don't break this, okay, it'll form into a big block of ice, okay, and that's no good for anybody. Yeah?
So after every, say, half an hour?
No, maybe around once in an hour. 4 times is good. It's more than enough for you, okay? So that is the granita. I'm going to show you how to plate it later on, okay, and ideas and everything like that. I'm just going to keep this aside here. Stock puddings, okay? How many people like puddings? Have you had puddings? Yeah? So I think it's such a comforting dish, okay, and all of us had at some point or the other had it, but in the interim it just fell out of fashion maybe, like, and it needs to come back because it's yummy. So what is a pudding? A pudding is generally like a milk or cream cooked dessert. There are so many examples, okay, cream pots, even your normal custard, okay. The difference is, in the West, okay, puddings generally contain a lot of eggs, egg yolk. But historically in India, we've never ever done egg custards. Because, and hence our customers don't have the mouthfeel, we don't have a mouthfeel. As in, like, when we see too many eggs in a recipe, okay, fine, you immediately start sniggering. So here you are, the eggless recipe. So in this, we are going to use cocoa powder. This is 3 tablespoons.
Any cocoa powder?
Anything.
Particular brand?
Particular, then I would say like use Coverture or Valona because, you know, that's the taste of chocolate, you know. So use the best one that you can get. So 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, 3 to 4 tablespoons of caster sugar, half a cup of good chocolate, okay? Huh? This is 72%. Yeah. And I need some milk. All your dry ingredients first. Sugar. Cornstarch. And this is the time when you really need to go ahead and make sure that, okay, all of this is mixed. You should not wait later after adding liquid, okay, fine, to do this, okay? So, how much milk? 2 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons cocoa, 2 tablespoons corn flour, and about 3 to 4 to 5, depending on how sweet you like it. And also depends on what you are serving it with. Like for example, if at all you were serving it with a berry coulis that was slightly tartar, then you would increase the sweetness here, you know. So it's very important to balance it that way. Today we will be serving this with, I think we have a bourbon bitter chocolate ganache and pudding. So is there a measuring cup somewhere?
What sugar was that? Was that a castor sugar?
Yeah. That's a lot of, okay. So this is around 250 ml, okay. So little bit first.
Is this room temperature?
Yes, doesn't matter. This is a very, very forgiving thing. The only thing that you don't want is clumps. That's it. So there you go. Okay, now I will add the whole milk. And then I'll add some more because I don't want it very thick. So this is around 250, another 100 ml, so 350, 375 ml you can take the milk, yeah? And 250 of cream. You can use, today I'm using a high fat, 30%. You can use a single cream or 25% that blue Amul packet. If you use Amul packet, then okay, try and add another spoonful of butter at the end of this one. You want to enrich the fat content in this one.
Something like chocolate light or rich, right? The whipping cream?
No, this is dairy. Yeah, it is dairy. See, why does a cream whip when there is enough fat in it, right? So this is 40% fat. It's very nice. And then there are other brands also. Huh? We have, I think Delecta is also bringing out one. Lancaster also has some because I've seen some. So this is your basic 250 ml. Because in mostly baking we use caster sugar. Like the bigger ones are like very big. Your job.
If you use Amul, the full pack, then you add butter and milk, right?
Yeah, if you use the blue 25% cream, try and add a tablespoon of butter at the end of it. Just keep on stirring it, yeah? Do not let it catch or burn. Okay, is it on? The whole temperature. Huh. I'm keeping it 130, okay, and just doing this. While that is happening, okay, do I need to explain how to make a ganache? No, not really, right? Okay. So what we will be doing and serving this with, okay, fine, is ganache. I've used a 72% couverture. I'm just going to pass it around, okay, so that you can also taste. This is a brand that I've recently seen at Madhav. So now I'm just going to add my half a cup of nothing doing, and it is as easy as that. If you don't fry it, you will have succeeded in getting a very, very indulgent dessert, okay, for yourself. Chocolate.
Both the chocolates.
Half a cup. No, this is the same. Half a cup दोनों में आ गया हाँ ठीक है. Actually, like, so what we'll do is, okay, we'll use Delecta, okay, today. This is a nice cream cheese, and what you can do is, okay, why we use cream cheese. Cream cheese has a certain tanginess, okay, that's really nice and beautiful, but this tends to get a little cloyingly heavy sometimes. So you can lift it up, okay? So you can do 50% this and 50% mascarpone. It's very light. But today we'll just do it with this one only. So the first thing that we do is, okay, to keep on doing. This is catching on the sides, okay? You should always scrape the sides. And weighing machine ना हाँ वहाँ रख दो एक मिनट please. So this is mostly done. All you need to do now is, as it is cooling, you need to keep on stirring it. Why? This will form a film on top, like skin on top, like ganache also. So you need to stop that, okay? So just give it a stir once in a while, okay? We will wait till it comes to a cool temperature to do anything with this now, okay? In the meanwhile, I'm just going to start telling you the proportions on the cream cheesecake. So, okay. Yeah, this is very fancy, yeah. Okay, ठीक है. And with baking, I would urge all of you to get a really nice scale. Don't do cups. It's highly inaccurate. Don't do tablespoons, highly inaccurate. It's so easy to just weigh it up. So what we will do is, okay, we will do around 260 of this. Yeah. Yeah. $260, and where's the whipping? We will use a whipping cream, okay, and this one we will use 150 grams.
Whipping cream कोई भी ले सकते हो.
अमूल इसमें फैट ज़्यादा होता है, 40% है, वो 30% है, तो थोड़ा फ़र्क आ जाता है. 150. This is slightly more.
Can we use non-dairy whipping cream also?
You could, but I like, yeah, it's a cheesecake. It just doesn't taste nice at all. It just doesn't taste nice at all.
Vijay, once you open this box of Amul thing, how do you store it such that it lasts for some time?
So what I do is, okay, I put them into small packs, okay, and then freeze it.
Stays good in the freezer because
Cup,
the blue Amul
couple
thing
of
doesn't
days.
stay well open.
Couple of days, yeah. That's the difference between a perishable product and your non-dairy whipping cream. Non-dairy whipping cream 2 साल रख लो कुछ नहीं होना उसको. The skin is forming. Just keep on stirring. So we put like 150 of the cream now. What we will do is, okay, we'll also bring out the chocolate. एंड अभी इसको हम यहाँ पे पैडल करने के लिए डाल देते. इट्स नॉट whipping, ओके, इट्स पैडलिंग. If you don't have a paddle attachment, use your hands and a spatula and just go home. I do, like, if at all it's just like one cheesecake, okay, fine. Don't bother with the mixing. Too much washing. आहिस्ता से इसको whip करने दो. And then melted white chocolate, okay. Try and see, find a good quality white chocolate for especially for cheesecakes or things that you would eat. I'm not saying that, okay, fine, you can't use compound. You can use compound, but it tends to get a little waxy, especially it's cold set. It, I like the Kuvacha Barry. It's really nice. Especially like if you are doing, who orders a cheesecake? Somebody who really, really likes only that thing. You know, they don't like other cakes and everything like that. So there's an opportunity for you if you're selling to get a client hooked on to your cheesecake and convert it into a repeat order plus an order which is beautiful because you really don't have to do anything. You just bake it, take it out or cold set it and just dress it up. Okay, fine, you're home. There's nothing else that you need to do on top of it.
And how much white chocolate?
I'm telling you. So approximately around 150.
So Barry Callebaut is a good brand for white chocolate.
Barry Callebaut is one of the best brands for chocolate. Period. White, anything. Also, I'm seeing this trend, you know, like as bakers, okay, fine. I think it's very important, like we talk about this, okay. I think people are fearful of like a 2-inch cake now, as in height. Everybody wants to do like super tall, super big, and everything like that, okay. But I think the complexities involved in getting that like 5-6 inch and the pain, you could do 5 of this. You could do literal 5 of this. And this is something that I talk about at every meet. Your mix in your business when you are doing like baking from home should be that, okay, fine, you do 2 or 3 big cakes in a week where you can spend time and charge premium. And you should do 10 of these, okay, which take like very little effort on your part. You know, it's basically just like putting some strawberries on top, or Even in the strawberries, you can play around with pairings like roasted balsamic strawberries. You could drizzle balsamic on top of it. It's a nice savory feel to it. Done. I think a little bit more.
So if it is with hand, you really need, good elbow grease.
And please understand, all of these, okay, fine, need to be at room temperature. It mixes really, really well. Now, this is your blank canvas. In this one, you, again, not only the essence, you could just put lemon essence and call it lemon cheesecake. But no, you want to like maybe add a lot of lemon juice, a little bit of salt, okay, and then a few drops of lemon essence and lemon cheesecake ho jata hai. You could literally fold in up to around 150 to 200 grams of fruit puree into it. Mango, pineapple. Yeah, because it's cold set, right? So the only thing that, and right now, if you have noticed, I haven't added any additional sugar because white chocolate has enough. So what I'm going to do is generally set it like this and then make the topping a little sweeter. Maybe I will set a jelly, or like I will do a macerated strawberries, or I will do like a little raspberry, but make it a little sweeter so that there's an overall balance in the entire thing. Crust, you can do anything you like, graham crackers, anything. Digestive biscuit, Marie biscuit. If people are dieting, then Marie. What the? Doesn't count, yeah. Cheese. What? Which one? I didn't hear. See, depends really. There's no hard set rule. For example, fruit puree, nobody can tell you that, okay, fine, that particular mango puree has that percentage of water. Like milk. Your summer milk is thinner, watery because the feed is watery, and then summer, like winter milk is different, right? Similarly with your fruit purees also, like right now strawberries are really horrible. I bought like 20 boxes yesterday and I literally had to pick and choose, okay, fine, which one to use because everything is so watery right now. But when it was peak season in the winter, they were red, sweet, and fragrant. So I can't tell you. You'll have to play it by eye, and don't go and like just like the best thing you can do in baking is, okay, but take it step by step, folding in what we call. I'll show it to you how to do it. Okay, you don't dunk the 200 at one time and go, because you don't know, your cream cheese might be a little runnier this time. So keep on adjusting. 1/4 pehle dalo, fold in karo, see, then 1/4, then 1/4. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to like take out some and send it across for you all to just try. और इसमें मैंने कुछ भी नहीं डाला, द एसेंस कुछ भी
एसेंस नहीं डाला,
हाँ नहीं
डालेंगे भी नहीं.
नहीं डाल सकते हो तुम.
एंड फ्रूट क्रश वो भी ऐड.
नहीं क्रश आई डोंट थिंक सो, लाइक आई वुड रेकमेंड, कैन यू जस्ट पास दिस ऑन. ठीक है. So cool. So these are your two. I'm just going to show you how to layer them into a glass dessert right now. Now, yeah, we will get you the whole taste. Also, now in terms of topping, okay, fine. How to set like with agar. The general rule of thumb would be around 130, 140 grams of fruit puree, 25 grams of sugar, 15 grams of water, and and about 3 grams of agar. Mix all of it together and bring it into one boil. Do not overboil it, it becomes harder and leathery. Just one boil and it is good to go. Yeah? So let me just show you how to like plate these. Set. Okay? Let it set, and then on top you could add anything, literally salted caramel, ganaches, fruit puree, anything. Okay? I'm just going to take out some from the box and then show you how to do it. This one, you would pipe it. You would just pipe it into like molds or anything like that, okay, and then do it. So I'm just going to take out some that I've done earlier so that I can show it to you. This is a cold set cheesecake नीचे, ऊपर में mango jelly, a few pomegranates on the top just for crunch and contrast, okay? And nowadays edible flowers are available everywhere and they are not so expensive as it used to be. They look so pretty. Make it ahead into glasses and just put it into your fridge. And these are desserts that you can serve like all times, yeah? Just the fridge. Don't put it into the freezer because what will happen is, okay, the moment you take it out of the freezer, it just will the condensation will be so much and you're on top of your cake that you literally have to use a tissue to like soak the condensation on it. Just keep it in the fridge overnight, okay, and it is good. Minimum 5 hours. If you are going to transport this or send it to as a client order, yeah, what you need to do is, okay, just buy one of those acetates, tape strips, just put it around, okay, and just tie a ribbon, okay, it just keeps it safe for a very long time. Yeah. Same thing with pudding, okay, what we have done is we've done ganache, okay, and then we've gone ahead and put a little macerated strawberries on top, okay. This is what we will do the tasting on right now. Just looks beautiful. If you have a large cup or saucer ball, okay, fine, like just like fill it up with granita, a spoon, just looks amazing. So all of the recipes that we discussed today, okay, will be online, okay. If you don't put the cocoa, you have a normal pudding. You can add purees into it, make it fruit puddings, and then top it with a little bit of essence, okay, and then you are good to go. In the pudding today, we have used bourbon whiskey essence from here, extract. It's beautiful. So, what else did I have to say? Is there any questions right now? I need to wrap up. I've been like signal time ho gaya. Any questions on what we have done today? Ganache, 100 grams sugar, 100 grams chocolate, 100 grams cream, 1:1. Because this is like a container dessert, okay, you don't need the stability of a harder ganache. I have used a 72%. Yeah. Yeah? Which one? It will be in Fab website. 1:1. Because it's a glass container dessert, okay, 1:1. Yeah? Okay, now what I'm going to do is cheesecake ke saath. Cheesecake is always great as like fruity flavors. Personally, I prefer fruity flavors, macerated strawberries, roasted strawberry with balsamic. You can do lemon, you can do orange. Pineapple I don't like so much on cheesecake. Yeah. Cool. So that is it, okay. Guys, everybody just like gets a pudding and or a cheesecake. So please share. Nobody's getting both. Yeah, because we don't have enough.
Yeah, hi. Hi. Have you come out with portion here?
Cheesecake? You're not getting both. Not both. No. I need to just take this off. No.